So I grew up in Karachi. Again, a family of like 3 siblings. I think my dad just didn't want us to stay at home. I think he was afraid of like us being up to no good. So we were literally like pushed into every sport there was, and like we did a lot of extracurricular activities. And then I grew up in Karachi, moved to London for university, and then joined EY right after.
So I grew up in London. We're in a family of 5. I have a brother and a sister. When I was growing up, mum and dad made sure that I did lots of extracurricular activities. So I grew up learning how to play the violin, did gymnastics, went swimming, took language classes after school. Yeah, it sounds like I came from a tiger mother family, but it was actually quite normal. And then I studied in London, went to university in London School of Economics, and then started working at EY as soon as I graduated.
Oh god, no, I wasn't the best of students. The thing was, right, I was actually really good at studies, and my parents would testify to this fact, but I always got into trouble. And for some reason, every time my dad was in town, I always got suspended from school. No, it's not even funny. And like, it's not like enough that I got suspended from school. I used to get beats from my dad for doing it as well.
It's so funny. I was exactly the same as Wahid. So I grew up, when I was quite young, I was a bit of a geek. So I studied a lot, and I used to really worry about doing well, and I used to always want to be top of the class, and I was consistently top of the class. But then I think when it got to my teenage years, I started rebelling, and then I used to get in trouble a lot, and I used to get dragged into the headmaster's room. Like literally, he used to scream at me in front of everyone, drag me into his room, and I get in trouble for little things. Like, for example, wearing nail polish at school or wearing makeup at school. And then my teachers used to get really angry at me, right? And it was funny because my economics teachers both had a bet on whether I would get an A at A-levels, because I never used to turn up to class. And and in the end I did. So we met at work. We met at EY on one of our clients. Well, Wahid was put onto my team that I was working on at the time. And he just turned up one day. Fresh Pakistani boy from Karachi, clueless, didn't know what he was doing, super keen, wanted to please everyone. Even our partner called him facilities because he used to fix everything.
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, to get noticed.
And then we worked together for a number of years, actually, probably 3 years. We worked very closely together in the same team. I was his boss, FYI.
What Becky's not mentioning is that over the years, Becky has gone through a massive transformation. So when I met Becky, she had like her tan was too strong, and her accent did not sound anything like this, okay?
From my perspective, I thought it went really well. Well, his family are so lovely. They were so nice to me, but the whole time beforehand, where he was just scaring me, he was like, oh, it might be weird. Oh, it's okay. My dad might not speak to you, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. But actually, when I met them, they were so lovely to me.
Yeah, that's because I did like 6 months of back work. I thought I was gonna get beheaded when I told them I'm marrying you. I think it was really nice. I think the hardest thing for me was to because your dad didn't speak a lot of English. I was always wary of that fact and how I would communicate with him, because you guys, it was cool, it was just normal meeting you guys.
Yeah.
And your mom was really nice, she was really sweet. And then I just realized that your dad actually speaks a bit of English.
Wahid loves his hair more than anything in the world. I think he loves his hair more than me. He spends more time staring at his hair than he does staring at me. And he spends more time getting ready every morning and after the gym than I do.
We don't need this in the video.
But it's true. You do. These are his weird habits.
So there's two that really annoy me. One of which is Becky doesn't want to ever sleep on time. And whenever it's like, it'd be late and we'd have to go to sleep, she somehow get into bed, then want to talk about random stuff.
And ask for Wahid to tell me stories.
And there's only so many stories one can think of after like 2 or 3 years. I haven't slept in 2 years since meeting Becky. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, look at his bags here. I think Wahid would be a very caring husband. He's going to look after me for the rest of my life. He is always there to give me good advice. He is going to be the closest person to me for the rest of my life.
The wife that you would probably die taking care of when you're 50, because she would give you so much stress about everything and the fact that she's a princess.
I think it's so funny, Wahid and I like the same things. We enjoy doing the same things and we always just end up going with the flow and just enjoying each other's company.
And we've been very lucky that our life spanned out the way it has. I think what's cool with us has been, since we've met each other, we've just had like
so many adventures.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for everything that we're going to do together.